Hello. Okay. So, some of these I did not understand, so I'll be on the Zoom meeting tonight. So what is the difference between a pure substance and a mixture? I put that a pure substance is something that has the same makeup and properties. The examples would be sugar and salt. And the reason being is that no matter what form, they are still made up of the same elements and have the same properties. A mixture is two or more types of matter that can be in varying amounts and separate physically. Some examples would be drinks, shampoos, paint. Um, the difference between an element and a compound. Element cannot be broken down into simpler substances. Iron and silver are two examples. Compounds are substances that can be broken down into simpler substances like the salt and sugar mentioned above. Each compound has several elements or other compounds. The difference between a homogeneous and a heterogeneous mixture. A homogeneous mixture, referred to as a solution, has uniform composition, meaning it's mixed at the same throughout, equal parts per sample. This would be drinks that contain water, sugar, and flavorings, or water from the faucet that has added components for safety reasons. A heterogeneous mixture is two components that differ and are not the same at different points throughout. Italian dressing would be one where the oil stays separated from the water, and then a soup would be another where the fats rise to the top. The difference between a physical property and a chemical property. Physical property describes a characteristic of matter that is not associated with the change of chemical properties of matter. Two examples would be the boiling point or freezing point, and chemical property is changing one matter into another. Examples would be the acidity or flammability of matter. The difference between physical change and chemical change. Physical change describes the matter itself without changing any of the chemical identities. This would be ice melting, which is still water, and sugar being dissolved, which is still sugar. A chemical change describes matter turning into one or more other types of matter, and this would be when metal turns to rust, or what happens during something that burns causes the matter to change. I had some issues with the density, so let's see. So for the first one, I got 0.0035 grams per centimeter cubed. And then the mass, I put density times volume equals the mass, which would have been 81.6 grams. And then I had issues with B, density times volume equals mass. I put 17.5, but I couldn't figure it out. I think converting something, I don't know. The volumes I left blank. And then onto the measurements, I put, for the first one, I moved the decimal left 3 places to get 0.075 meters. And then I converted the centimeters to yards. I divided the amount of centimeters by centimeters in a yard to convert. So 16 centimeters is 0.17 of a yard. For the sig figs, the first row down, I put 2, 4, and 3. And then in the second row, I put 6, 7, and 5. And then the next problem, I lined up the decimal points, added, and then rounded to the quantity with the least amount of decimal points. It showed the answer, but that's how I figured it out. And then the second one, I couldn't figure out. But I will be on the meeting tonight to figure those out. Thanks.